Okay, guys.
Okay, I think we're back on. We're blurry as fuck.
Huh?
We're blurry as fuck.
It's because my screen.
I think we're good. I mean, you don't have to fix it.
Better? Maybe?
Oh, yeah, way better. Way
Okay.
better. I feel like this just looks better. Period.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that.
Wait till we get a couple people on. Is anybody on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
So, guys, we'll wait for you to start filtering in, and then we'll pick up where we left off. I'm going to.
Okay. So anyways, back to what you were saying, that people can cross themselves.
Yeah, so a cross condition is something that people can accidentally bring upon themselves. It's not as much as someone that's putting the intent in, okay? Now, cross conditions are easily handled with prayer, different rituals, a simple cleansing, you know, where hexing is more of an intent. An intent has been done, whether it's intentionally causing harm to a person or to their situation. A lot of times this is when you'll see repeated direct things, like their finances will get hit really hard. Their love life's constantly a mess. They're always getting hit really hard. Whereas with cross conditions, it's repeated over and over. It's almost like that whole cycle thing. Like, if it's gonna be fixed, you've got to fix it yourself.
Right.
You know, instead of spending crazily, why don't we put like $1 away all the time, or, you know, crazy things like that. And it's simple. It's easily fixed. A lot of times they can come in here and we'll spray them down and they're out the door.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as an extensive one that we do like with people that we've had to cleanse that have had witchcraft done on them or they've been hexed. So a lot of it goes with the intent behind it. And you'll see with hexing, a lot of times it's more harmful. It's more damaging.
And it's direct. It's directly at specific areas of your life where
or parts of the body. You've seen it where it's parts of the body.
Where crossing is, it can hit everywhere in your life. Like you're just having a streak of bad luck.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and so, you know, things are just not working out, and so more likely you've been crossed or you've crossed yourself, and so that is stagnant energy.
That's when you gotta go to the church and you gotta leave like 9 pennies. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm being a smartass. You guys can come here and we'll help you. Or if you have a ritual that's been passed down to you, a lot of times I feel like people, none of this stuff is really new, you guys. It's just being resurfaced and it's being re-put out there. A lot of differences between crossing and hexing. The verbiage there has to do with hoodoo. You know, this is root work at its finest. So this isn't something that we've just started, even though it's starting to pick up popularity. It's not something that's new.
Yeah, it's been around for many a generation.
I like how you said that. I was thinking the same thing.
Great minds, girl, great minds.
Great minds. Oh, me and Cece said that earlier.
Really?
It's just going all right.
How funny. Yeah, because I mean, I've known like sometimes in my life where it just seems like nothing is fucking going right, and I'm like, okay, I need to do something here. And you know, I do suggest, like, you know, cleansing yourself, taking a bath, you know, anything, and not just regular bath, a spiritual bath, okay? Anything that will help you, because I get a lot of people that'll be like, can you read my egg for me, you know? They do their own egg cleanses, and you know, I don't ask them how they do it, because to me that's not my business, and it's just like what comes out in it, you know? So I will read somebody's egg for them and just let them know what they have on it. Usually it'll be
Gossip.
a lot of gossip around you, a lot of heavy energies, a lot of cloudiness.
Yeah, I usually get sickness with people. And you guys, a lot of times our body is giving us warnings before we get physically sick. So pay attention to that. If something don't feel right, chances are it's not right.
Right. Right, girl, right. So yeah, like she says, it doesn't take much to uncross you.
Yeah, so, like Nina said, you can't do just a regular shower, but you can spiritualize that shower. You can throw some eucalyptus up in there. If you want, get you some sea salt scrub, do some regular salt, scrub yourself with some herbs while you're in the shower. It's not fully extensive. Get one of these soaps. You guys, we carry so many uncrossing soaps. It's crazy. Or just to get rid of ugly energy. I know a lot of people in the Hispanic community, we use gallina negra or black chicken. Okay, I started working with black chicken years ago when my kids were just babies because my son, he was accident prone and did a lot of shit to himself. The Santa Muerte soap. I'm a practitioner of Santa. My daughter is. A lot of people I know are. I highly, highly recommend this soap. I've used it myself and I feel like it works wonders, and it's a quick one. You guys, Cece's family makes Aru soap. Okay, this is all natural. This is great. I've used her soap since I started coming here, and Rue can be used for so many good things. Scrub your feet with it if you want money to come in. Let's see. Oh, you guys, it's not very big because it's very, very powerful. If you do feel like you need more of a hex removing soap, we do sell this little one. It looks like a little slice of cheese that went bad or something.
It does.
So we have that. Let's see. Do you want to jump into the candles? Should I just jump into the candles and get this out of the way?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, we do have different candles. I couldn't find unhexing ones, but if you get at your girl, I'm sure I can make you one, depending on what we have. Now, if not, these reversible candles. Now, I will tell you, with any one of the candles that have the multiples, like this says siete veces. Okay, so what that's saying is 7 times reversible. So that means they're going to keep trying to hit you, but they ain't going to make it stick. They are not going to make it stick. So, these ones are good, the multiple reversible ones. I love this one. I use this one to help take a blood binding off of me, which was fucking awful because we tried everything. And
and I'm gonna just tell you, if you ever work with blood magic, binding somebody, combining, whatever it is, just know that that's like your DNA, guys. It's your DNA.
Doing the dirty on your dirty is a problem.
Yes, it is. You got to be careful with who you're sharing blood with, or who you're letting connect with you when you're on your period, because that will definitely get you into some shenanigans that you probably don't want to be in, especially if you don't know the person very well.
Definitely. So one of these, you guys can take it, rub it on your body. If you're having problems with being able to get it up or wanting to be sexually aroused, sometimes you've been crossed in that area, you just rub it over that area. Don't put it in that area. Just rub it over the area, okay? We have some penis candles, and I know some of you have been, Anyways, okay.
That's funny.
I just want to throw that out there.
So most of the times, even if you've crossed yourselves and you use one of these reversible candles, it's sending that energy where it needs to go away from you, okay? So it will reverse it back to the universe, to wherever it came from, the root cause of that. So just letting you know, so you don't get misconstrued. Even if you cross yourself, you can still use these. It's not going to come back to you times 7.
Yeah. Guys, now some places have these. We have one that we use personally in the shop. This is a reversible one. When we do very rough cleansings and stuff, I'll take it out and spray it around us. But I mean, it's just pushing all that energy back where it needs to go. Yaya was saying she was going through a rough time in May, and so she did her own bath with rose petals, cinnamon, honey. So she did a sweetening bath, and then she did with rosemary, cloves, bay leaves, and it helped her a lot. So yeah, you guys can do your own things.
Especially if you're feeling like you're down in the dumps, depressed, emotionally deprived, not motivated, not seeing your worth. That is the best thing to do for yourself.
Or go to the river.
Bath.
Go to the river, you guys.
River.
There are so many blessings within nature itself. This type of work, hoodoo, root work,
definitely helps. And even like
all of that stuff, you guys, it's so much, it's energy. That's what we're working with. We're working with energy and vibration.
And the vibration of the river, especially the running water, you're definitely going to see high vibration. Not only does it move shit along and away from you,
you got to do it right.
Yeah, but it helps you to rejuvenate and refresh your own vibration, your own frequencies, and your own connection to not only water, but like Mother Earth itself. So the river is definitely always going to be a good place to find.
To remove stuff, definitely.
Yeah, to
and
find
just
yourself.
To refresh your spirit. With Santeria, you know, we go to the river for Yamaya y Oshun. A lot of our practices are to honor that area. I tell people to throw eggs in the river too. If you take all that nastiness off you and you don't want to take a chance of breaking it into the water, you don't want to see it, you're okay with letting it go, you know, ask your spirit to take that egg. Ask your ancestors to take that egg and get rid of that energy. It's biodegradable, it's not going to be a problem. Now, if you're throwing it in a pool, then that might be an issue.
Yeah. But just remember, you guys, it's all about respect with your deities and with nature, you know. Make sure you do ask and get confirmation if you do talk to your deities in that way. And if you don't know what you're doing, you know, just say a quick prayer over it and throw it in. You know, you're still using the same respect level, and there's no wrong way to do stuff unless you're doing it maliciously and without care.
I'm wondering why we don't have as many people watching. Have they not picked up yet?
I don't know. All right.
Okay, guys. While we're at it, Cece has some specially prepared mojo bags. This one is directly to have hexing taken care of. We have some love mojo bags.
Yes, and I pulled that out of my brassiere.
Mine's deep in there, y'all. I ain't digging. So yeah, it comes with some fancy words in it. We have some other ones that have little talismans that you're going to put in it. Don't forget, you guys, with hoodoo work, especially when it comes to bags, a lot of times you'll have to refresh them. So don't throw out the paper that helps open it up or breathe life into it. The same with any of our poppets.
Poppets and dolls,
that type of stuff. Now, I have worked with many of mojos where you have to feed them with certain offerings, libations of alcohol, smoke, some oils. This one, you're just going to re-invoke the words that are placed on it.
I know mine's getting shitloads of boob sweat. That's pretty much it.
Let's get some water.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
That's hilarious.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Why are we... Just don't dance with strangers. Yeah. We know about that dancing with strangers, but I think we all had a good time, okay? Okay? No comment. Nobody, if we don't know it, how do they say? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens at the river stays in the river.
Yep.
Just saying.
I agree with that.
Okay, let's see if I can.
Okay, so anyways, some people might confuse like crossing and stuff like you needing to go to the crossroads, okay, because of similar wording. That is not truth. Sometimes you might need to or feel like you need to. If you feel it, you're being drawn that way, okay, then do it. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to take everything to the crossroads.
No. I know when I work with Hecate, depending on if it's a cleansing or something like that, then yes, I do have to go to the crossroads. When I'm doing like Santeria, stuff like that, a lot of times I have to leave stuff in churches or graveyard. Well, graveyards mostly for the Santa and depending on different works. You know, there's a reason for everything. There's a way to do everything. It does, just because you heard it some way doesn't mean it has to be that way.
Correct.
You guys, your intent is the biggest thing. It's the faith that saves.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you feel drawn to, make sure you do your homework, you pay attention to those things, and go from there.
Right. So, if you wanted to cross somebody,
Oh,
okay,
it's
you know, we
yeah.
got to get into that too, because we hit all aspects, whether it's good or bad, or the unmentionables. You know, if you're wanting to cross somebody,
It's basically like our last episode where we were talking about closing their paths.
closing their path, closing their road.
Yeah. So you guys, again, any one of these things that we can use to protect us, we can also use to reverse things
Mm-hmm.
back to people. There is such a thing as witch salt. We have graveyard dirt. We have so many things that you can use in the shop. If you don't know, ask questions. And don't be afraid of the names. The names sometimes they sound crazy, but they're really pretty okay for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part, I
Yeah.
would say.
You know, and if you do feel like you have to cross somebody, you know, no judgment here. You have your reasons, and you know, just make sure that if you're gonna do it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make sure you do
Absolutely.
it right. And like she said, any of these things used to take it off can be used to put it on somebody. You know, and like I said, each person's belief system is their own karma. If you believe you'll get karma, you will. If you believe you'll get it back times 3, you will. You know, or if you believe you're in the gray area, you just have to do good workings to make up for the bad, then that's what it is. You know, and I'm just saying that everybody's belief system is because we attract our own destiny.
Definitely,
You know, and
definitely.
so
And
just-
that's, I would say, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off,
it's okay.
but I know you're going to agree with me on this
Uh-huh.
one. One of our biggest ways is having people think that you're going to do something to them, okay?
planting
yeah,
that seed.
planting that seed, and then they make that shit happen to
Yeah.
themselves.
And you don't even have to touch them. You don't even have to do anything. It's planting that seed of fear and just letting it grow, because it waters itself, basically.
Yeah, and that's one of the best things you could probably do with somebody. But if you're interested, we do sell things in the shop, and we do have little clever spells that we do. And I will tell you guys, vinegar works wonders. Sour jars work wonders.
Yes.
You know, oftentimes we have a sour jar in the shop that we use, and you know, we'll be like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
let's do
You know, because
this.
I notice a lot of people will go into life and it's like the good people always get shit on and the fuckers always get rewarded, you know? And that's a good mindset where I would like to, like, bring that motherfucker down. You know what I mean? Let them feel their karma finally, because they can't just ride the high road and while all the good people that they're stepping on are in the dirt and in the shit. So yeah, that's probably when you want to throw in a crossing, a hex, a curse, you know, anything like that with these people that they never seem to find their karma, you know. And it's not because they're special, it's not because anything, it's probably because they just haven't been caught yet.
There you go. Or they're just the type of asshole where they don't see themselves getting karma, so it's time you put karma on them.
Yes.
So there are also hexing mojo bags that you can make. Again, any one of the herbs that we sell, you can actually use to cross somebody, as well as protection. One of the biggest herbs that I've known for a fact is rue. Rue can be used to cleanse, to heal, but it can also be used to curse. So, you want to curse somebody's money, you want to make not some good choices for them to walk into, definitely. How
You just want to throw chaos in their road.
So again, with the jobs and things like that, they do take time. I will tell you, if you can set it and forget it, it's going to work a lot better for you. But I get people that they're anxious, they want it to work right now. I will tell you, even some of the strongest spells that we do still have a waiting period. Now, the work could start the moment we're doing the candle, but you still have to let that work. That's why we tell people, if you're going into a court case or something like that, you need to at least light that candle the night before, you guys. You have to give it time to work. And another thing, if you're constantly calling and bugging, or you're not getting the results you want, chances are there's probably something else that's involved in that. Or the fact that you won't let it go and let it fester and let it do what it needs to do, you're holding it back. You guys, I can't tell you how many times with clients, you guys are the ones holding your own work back.
Yeah, that's just like, okay, so I had given a reading to this gentleman, and I told him he would meet somebody in the park, and she had a white dog, and she had a certain color hair.
What's he talking about?
And this fool went to every fucking park looking for this person, and I'm like, why did you do that? You have to let things happen naturally. Like, you know, being so hyper focused on these things, trying to force them to happen because you don't have faith that the universe is just going to bring this person towards you, is a block. You're putting blocks in the way of your own destiny.
You're crossing yourself.
Yes. So, then he came back and he was like, well, did I just fuck everything up? And I'm like, well, you pushed some stuff back, but this is, you know, and then I gave him another reading and gave him something else to focus on. I said, but so you don't focus on that. Let's put your focus over here and just let that happen when it happens.
And I will tell you, okay, this girl, I don't know how many weddings she's got. She hasn't gotten invited to because she wanted the cake, y'all.
I know. I wanted the cake.
Or how many unpredictable babies when people are like, no, we're done, I'm fixed. I don't know how many babies she's predicted where people have been done and over with, and boop, they have an unexpected surprise from the store.
Yeah, and they don't believe me because it sounds out of this world, or the connections they don't believe. Man. And then it comes true. Okay.
Well, remember that one girl we went and seen? She was going through a really awful divorce, you guys. Really awful divorce. And she was like, no, I'm done with love. I'm just going to focus on my kids. And Nina's like, no, you got somebody coming in. And she's like, I don't believe it. Da-da-da-da. She goes, you better believe it. Be careful if you don't want to get pregnant. What? She met him, got pregnant. They got married. They've been together like 8 or 10 years now. And every time she sees Nina, she brings it up.
Yeah. And it's crazy because she didn't believe it. And, you know, and she wasn't crossing herself in that because she wasn't putting anything into it. She just, like, I told her she forgot it because it wasn't anything important to her. And then it happened.
And she said the reason she remembered was when she was in the labor, when she was in the labor and delivery room giving birth to a baby. And she was like, Nina predicted all this. And that's when she was like, oh.
Yeah, and then they let me know years later. But I even had this girl that's, like, she was told that she was infertile. And I was like, well, I see a baby, but I see it has a big-ass head, like, a big-ass head, you know?
You would tell them that.
Well, if it comes to me like that, I'm going to tell them. And I said, so be careful. It might be surgery. It might be surgical, you know, C-section or something. And that's why the head is showing so big. And not because of deformation or because of any type of illness. I was seeing it because I felt like it would affect the birth. And she was like, well, I'm not supposed to be able to have babies. And yeah, I think a year and a half later, she had a baby. And her best friend is the one that told me, you told her she wouldn't, and yes, they had to cut her open because the baby was a 10-pound baby. Oh. So of course they had a big ass head, you know, and yeah, so things like that happen all the time. And so that's ways that they don't cross themselves. But when they're waiting for it and you predict that stuff, and I know I'm good at what I do, you know, I know when I get a prediction, I know it's going to happen. And so when you're super hyper focused on it and you put the blocks there, you're just fucking it up for yourself. You know, and I don't know how it blocks it because I'm not really sure. I know each individual thing is like different. Each situation would be different blockages, but yeah, it's just like.
And that's different than manifesting it. Yeah, try not to hyper focus and don't get it confused with manifestation.
No.
Manifestation is completely different. We act as if we already have that item or that prediction. You know, a lot of times we will say those words and start to believe them. You know, it's different than manifestation. So don't get that confused, you guys.
And it's almost like the crossing energies start to form out of fear. fear of not ever finding that, or fear
Yes.
of I'm gonna miss my little moment, you know.
Or I didn't stop by the park today and she was probably there. And you know
Yeah.
what? I'm a Virgo. I am known for going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and to me, it's just like, oh well, it's not today because I didn't stop at the park, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just know that these things can happen. Did somebody just comment?
Yes, she's a bruja. You girls are so good on what you do. Oh, thanks, Yaya.
Thank you. Um,
Hi, Susie. We love you too.
Hi, Susie. Yeah, so that's kind of my experience with like crossing themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and
don't do it.
Yeah, just try not to do it.
And if you do it, it's okay. We can get it taken care of. You can get it taken care of. But if your ass is hexed, you need to come in here and we need to remove it. So there's a lot of chances that if you are hexed or you have been cursed, I will tell you, some people, if you're an asshole and somebody curses you, then that's on you, bro. You know, that doesn't mean that we can't remove it. We're going to tell you, hey, maybe you need to make some things right. And depending on the person, because our shop owner knew this one guy who was having constant problems with his vehicle. You've heard this story. And so he kept coming in here. They kept trying to cleanse the car, because the car was literally trying to kill him. And the shop owner finally got smart. She's like, hey, what did you do here? And he owed a witch. He promised money to this female that practices, and she hexed the car because he never paid her. You guys, even if we're not choosing to hex you, the spirits that protect us, our ancestors, people that walk with us, they will mess some stuff up. So make sure you're right in the things that you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, no matter what we tried, that shit was not fixing. And yeah, I think, you know, finding that out, like all of our mouths dropped, like, well, fucking no wonder. You better get that lady paid, bro. You know, because you're not going to get rid of this.
And the car literally, legitly was trying to kill him. Like, this car, I have been told that it was like pristine, okay? So you guys, think this through. And then I don't know how many people we get that try to take us for money too. And it's like, hey, I just gave you this work. You really think it's going to work if you're doing something? And a lot of times too, we'll get people, like during our huge festivals, we'll get young kids in here that will try and steal. You guys, everything that is worked in the shop has energy in it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to try and steal it, it's not going to work for you. It's going to backfire. Okay? Everything has some type of an energy in it, and if you're doing things wrongly, and you know you're doing it intentionally wrong, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah, and I just laugh at people because I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna give this person so long to not fuck me over, and to come back with a clear conscience and do me right. And if they don't, I'm gonna release it back to them, and then I'm gonna put an extra oomph behind it. Okay, so like if I did a cleansing, whatever I remove from them, guess what? It's going right back to you. Plus, I'm gonna put a little extra in there because you don't fuck me over. I don't like people messing with my money. I don't like people wasting my time or lying to me. Like, those are things that I cannot handle. And so, you know, and I don't do it right away. I'll give them ample time. Like, I think I waited up to 1 year for one person one time. And then I was like, you know what? Okay, that's enough time, because I don't forget.
Yeah, no, you don't. You don't. It's that Leo you are. You
Definitely not.
But yeah, and see, and I'm more of a pushover like that, and she'll get mad at me, and the shop owner gets mad at me, and I'm like, okay, fine, you know what, I'm done, I'm not playing around anymore. And then it's funny because they'll be like, so did you know so-and-so is sick, or did you know so-and-so broke their leg, or oh shit, okay, well, more than likely that was my ancestors who handled that, not me. Just kidding.
Right.
But you guys, seriously, don't do things with the wrong intentions behind it.
Yeah.
And like our shop owner here, she always cautions us, don't do magic when you're upset. Give yourself a second to calm down and then go from there.
Yeah, because that emotion can really
mess things
fuck up the spell.
That's
you
how.
know, or anything.
That was how one of them ended up in the freezer, and I had to take them out.
Yeah. I think with me, it's not even like being upset. It's when I'm super angry that I need to like calm the fuck down.
because you'll hurt. You've seen her. She set shit on fire in the shop. What do you think she's doing to a field fire? No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
It was an invisible lady.
Right.
Yaya says, yeah, your gifts should never be used. Shouldn't be free. She goes, it's your energy. I think she's talking to you, Mina, because she knows.
Yeah, she knows.
She knows.
Well, okay, so anybody that's heard about the fire in Layton in the trailer parks, okay, that was my trailer court. And as soon as we found out about it, like, we got evacuated, right? And I was like, yeah, I need to get the fuck out of here because I enhance fire. And I don't want to enhance this fire, okay? So get me far away from this motherfucker so I am not creating more damage than good. And
her ass was way down there.
Yeah, I had to leave real fast. All I took was important papers, my phone, my charger, and that was it. An extra pair of clothes.
Yeah.
An extra pair of clothes, that's it. And yeah, I was like, let's go, we're out of here. I'm not trying to wait.
I'm a fire sign, I'm gonna set shit off.
Yeah, that really made me worried, like, oh shit, I better get away from this.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about that too.
Did
when
you?
I seen the message, I was like, oh, she needs to get away from there.
That's so funny. But we were all safe, you guys, so just
and they're all fine now. Everything's been taken care of now. It could have been a lot worse of a situation because some people did lose their homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. You guys be careful with fire safety, especially if you're in Utah right now. We're really super dry. It is technically a desert.
Yeah. You know, the fire extinguishers, keep them in your home. Keep
your kids away from matches and fireworks and little torch ones. I have a funny story about a torch lighter with my nieces, but we won't say that here.
How funny.
Yeah, kids will be kids, you know, so you got to be an adult and make sure things are okay.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions on crossing, uncrossing, how to, how not to, anything of the following and the above, you know, just go ahead and hit us up. Let us know. You can hit our email if we're offline already. thewitchinghour@gmail.com.
I love it. She just does that naturally.
And we will be glad to answer your questions. You know, this is just another form, and it's another level of an energetic form to for blockages and for unblocking. You know, so just like all curses is a form of blockage in your life, either on a high level or a low level. And crossing is kind of a lower level, but it will still fuck you up.
It will. And you guys, a lot of times with us crossing ourselves, it'll mess us up physically, you know, especially if our energies are blocked. I know that we have all said this before. You know, we have a wonderful Reiki person that works in the shop, and the way she can move energy.
And work through your meridians.
Yeah, definitely. And I will tell you, personally, from what I've seen with people, is we can create our own sicknesses in our body.
Yes.
By being blocked, by shutting down our heart, by closing off our voice, by allowing traumas and things like that to shut us down completely, you know.
Yeah, that's just like our episode of the PCOS and
yeah, definitely.
And what else was it?
There was the
PCOS and endometriosis. Like, a lot of that is from carrying ancestral blockages of the woman being not heard, and servants and placed on lower levels and being raped and, you know, just being diminished. And that's why PCOS is so strong now, because a lot of our young women are carrying that from their ancestors, and those are blockages, you guys. Blockages.
Yeah,
so
definitely. And males too.
We do have an episode on that. If you guys want to go back and look through our videos, you can find
It's a really, really good episode. I think it's an amazing episode.
And I learned so much from it.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, males as well.
Males as well. If you guys are dealing with, you know, job losses quite a bit, or erectile dysfunction, not just that, but alcoholism, drug abuse, things like that. You guys, yes, if you want the help, you can get it.
And I'm gonna say also, like, the machismo.
Yeah, the machismo.
Where they think that men should not have emotions, should hold everything in, you know, should be like the main serious person instead of allowing themselves to be them. You know, that is also blockages, and that's carried on through generations.
Okay, so Giselle says, how can I make someone get their karma quicker? A mirror spell.
Okay, so first of all, whatever they did to you, you need to let it go, because if you're still hanging on to it, that karma won't go back to them. Okay, Giselle? So you have to learn how to let it go. That does not mean forget, and that does not mean forgive. You got to let that go. So putting that energy into a mirror spell where you can put the person's picture or name into a double-sided mirror, and you know, putting that energy, you know, whatever it is that they've done to you and that you want returned back to them, and then closing it up, putting it in a dark space, and letting it work itself out. There's so many things you can do to return karma, but the first thing, first and foremost, let that shit go.
You can't let it eat you, because while that shit's eating them, it's going to continue to eat you.
Yeah, exactly. And so the quickest karma spell I've ever seen done is probably the lemon spell.
Oh, I love to do the, you guys.
Okay,
I love the
so
lemon.
Tell you how to do this so you could do it for yourself. Do we have one?
Yes, we do. Oh, ladies, true. Happy to watch. Love, Izzy. We love you too.
I love you too, Izzy. Okay, so the lemon spell. What you're gonna do is get a lemon and you're gonna cut the very top of it into a cross, like a quarter of the way down. Okay, and then you're gonna write that binds them.
Like a picture too. Make sure you're not in that picture. Nobody else
can be in that
picture.
picture.
That person is solo.
Because they will be affected negatively. And then you're gonna hold the paper from you. So you're gonna hold it away from you, then fold it away from you and shove it into that lemon. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna start juicing the lemon in between your hands.
Oh, stalled. Oh wait, now we're picking back up. Okay.
Okay. So what you're gonna do is roll it away from you. I'm gonna repeat myself because we stalled. And then you're gonna put, somebody don't want me to say this fell online because we're stalling.
Yeah,
you're gonna put the paper in the lemon and you're gonna start juicing it. Rotate and squeeze the juice in between your palms of that lemon, and you wanna just, all of the intention that you're putting towards that person, everything they've done to hurt you, everything they've done to piss you off, and even other people, and it's affected you, you're gonna put it into that lemon, and when you feel like you're done,
you're froze again. Get out our email, you guys, if you're interested in these spells, because for some reason we're freezing. So we'll go ahead and post it later as well.
Okay.
But if you want to keep trying, you can.
All right.
But we're just froze.
Okay, and when you feel like you're done, you're gonna put it in a piece of foil, mirror side up, wrap it up, throw it in the freezer, and just let it stay there until you see karma return. Okay.
My lime spell's a little bit different. My lemon spell. So I take that bitch and I cut it in half, and I kind of squeeze it and juice it like you said. I'll do a name paper. I'll do a picture. Whatever I need, and I'm gonna stuff that in there. I'm gonna put some hot peppers. I'm gonna use some salt. I'm gonna use vinegar. I'm gonna use whatever I want to use to burn them, and I'm setting that bitch on fire, okay?
Yeah.
And then I close it and I pin it together. I wrap it up, and I usually bury it because I want that shit to rot. Now that's just me because I'm messed up like that.
Yeah, she's putting that extra. This isn't just their karma returning. This is that little extra oomph, okay? So that's what she's doing with that. So when you put it in the freezer and you see that karma has already gone back to them, you want to just bury that lemon into the earth from your home, but don't let it unfreeze because it will release anything that has already been put out. It will like let go of that, okay?
And if it lets go of it while it's with you in the car up the mountain to bury it, guess what, babe? You get to deal with that too.
Yeah, it will deal with you.
Can you repeat the spell? It kept cutting out. You cut off. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and record a little video, and then if you guys can hit up our social media, we'll go ahead and make sure, because I feel like the reason we're freezing is because we're not supposed to be getting it out, or someone doesn't want it out.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
There's certain energies that don't let things happen because we haven't frozen this whole time until I started to try and do the spell. So we're gonna do a short on it. I will load up the short later this evening on that. So just kind of look for it, or you can hit the email, the Witching Hour AASB, and I will give it to you step by step in the email.
Yeah. And then
Oh, it's at Gmail, aasb@gmail.com.
there you go. See, she's got it.
Yeah.
At least she remembers it, because for some reason I don't. And if you've ever watched any of my videos, I'll be like, and then all of a sudden it'll come to me and I'm stuck there, like the video froze or something, and it's awful.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. So yeah, we'll get that information out to you, because obviously, like, this outlet is not wanting us to put it out there because it keeps freezing just on that part. So, you know,
yeah. Sorry, guys.
But we will get that out to you, I promise.
So yeah. If you've watched any of our previous episodes, I know we've gone over the lemon spell that way before. I know that we've also gone over the mirror spell. And you guys, sour jars. Sour jars I know are a very, very big thing right now. Just, you know, but I will tell you, if you want somebody to see what they've done to you, a mirror spell is the best thing.
Yeah, because it reflects to them exactly what they've done to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably one of the better ones, especially when it comes to matters of the heart.
Yeah. Most of the time I just stick them in the freezer.
Right.
Until they tell me I have to stick them out.
Okay, so I know you wanted to touch base a little bit on ancestor altars, and the reason why we chose to do this with the crossing is because you use a lot of your ancestors, and a lot of the ways we cross ourselves come from our ancestors, okay? Just saying.
Yeah, because there's trauma there.
Because the trauma, because the generational.
My family was a bunch of little woo-woo-woos out there, and, you know, we have some issues.
I'm so sweaty, guys.
It's hot.
I know,
it's so hot.
And a lot of the times too, the traumas cause us to have certain insecurities and certain cycles that we stay in. So
alcoholism, you know, drug addiction,
insecurities, worthlessness, suicide, you know, like the deeper shit.
Inability to handle money,
abuses, sexual, physical, mental, you know, all of
so,
that.
Again, I know we've done one on the ancestor altar, so if you guys want to go back and get like a more in-depth refresher, you can.
So why do we do ancestor altars? Is to honor our ancestors, first of all, and these are the ones that we know, and even the unknown.
Yeah, they paved the way for us, baby. They
Right.
paved the way for us. They are no longer shackled. They are no longer tunnel vision. They can see the whole big picture, and I guarantee they'll fix things faster than you can.
Right, and you know, so you want to find a space that specifically where you can put up their pictures, and on an ancestor altar, you don't want to put people that are alive on there, okay?
Or do you?
Or do you?
Just kidding.
Because this is an altar for the dead, basically, and you just want to make sure and keep it that way, because if you do put somebody that is alive on there, it will cause illness and death, because basically that's what you're putting them on an altar of death, okay?
Be very cautious though with that, you guys, because just because you think somebody don't practice don't mean that they won't know, and they might go somewhere else and that shit will end up back on you. So think about the things you're going to do.
Yes, think about them. So what you want to do is you put pictures of your ancestors, some of the things they liked and honored, you know, and some of it is a shot at tequila or some money and jewels, roses, flowers, perfumes, candles, tobacco, weed,
some green,
you know, anything like that to honor them. And don't forget your little thuggish, ruggish ancestors, because you want them for protection too, you know. You want them to be able to come in and protect you. So if you had any warriors, any killers, any type of, you know, heavy duty mafiosos in your family, you can utilize them as well to come in and protect you spiritually. So don't forget about them. You know, they're not all bad. They have usages, okay? And it's just honoring them in a way that you know that they would be honored, or how you feel in your heart to honor them.
And a lot of times if you listen, they'll let you know for sure.
Yeah.
You'll receive messages. I can't tell you how many times my ancestors have come to me. My dad has come to me and he's like, Miranda, you need to cleanse. And next thing I know, okay, I'm doing this, you know. So you guys, pay attention. Yeah. There's signs everywhere, and they're part of your bloodline. They're going to find a way to communicate with you, for sure. whether you've met them or not.
Right. And so when you
Hi, Jen.
when you have your ancestor altar up there, you can also take some of your issues to them. You know, like you're feeling like you have bad luck, you feel like you crossed yourself, or you might have a hex or a curse or something on you. You can take that to them and just talk with them. Talk with them, interact with them, and let them know, hey, on that end, on the spiritual end, I need you to take care of this. And then I will take care of it on my end, you know, so that you have that backup and you have, a lot of them are going to do it naturally anyways. But when you are able to interact and see that your interaction with them is actually working, it just gives you that much more power and knowledge and control over your own doings. You know, so I think that's super cool.
It is. And you guys, any one of these things you can actually light on your ancestor altar and have your ancestors take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure if you do create an ancestor altar, you're feeding them what they like and you're refreshing it. You guys don't let your altars get stagnant. That's when you can cause your own cross condition.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you there's a story in Santeria, and it has to do with El Egua, and you know, I can give you a brief reference on it. So basically, there was this coconut that had rolled into the house and it ended up getting stagnant. There was spider webs, these things all over it, and so he started to notice that there was stagnation in his home. His wives were fighting, his children were fighting. He was getting sick, things were not going well, and come to find out there were bugs and creepy crawlies and fungus and stuff all over this. So he had to take it out of that area, cleanse it, and refresh it and put it back down. So you guys think about those things when you set up your altars. These are places of worship and they shouldn't be neglected.
Yeah.
And if you have to neglect them because you're going to work or other things, you know, let them know that they respect you. Just don't get it to a point where you're lazy.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
one thing I was always taught with Santeria. You know, it's not a lazy person's type of thing.
You just want to make sure, like on your weekly dusting of the house or monthly dusting, you're dusting them too. You know,
Yeah.
the pictures, the altar, moving things, and then putting it back in, and then resetting their water or
Their coffee or their
coffee, whatever it is that you put out for them.
stuff that you put out for them.
You know, and just knowing that lighting a candle for them is always going to be something that they will honor and cherish too, because
You're
they
lighting
see
their
that
path.
they see that light that you of the candle, no matter what color it is and no matter what it's for, they're able to see that on their end. And so that's also honoring them too, because you're not forgetting them, you know. So it doesn't only have to be like during Dia de los Muertos that you do this altar. You can keep one up all year long.
Yeah, and you guys, that's one of the easiest ways to get. It's one of the easiest ways to get these people the karma that they deserve, because your ancestors don't want nobody to wrong you. I will tell you.
Think about like how you, like if you have kids and somebody fucks with your kids, oh, you turn into mama bear real quick. Your ancestors are the same way with you. You're their child, you know, and no matter if they're an auntie, an uncle, a grandparent, like you are their child and they're gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
On their own.
Definitely. Jen puts, or leave them at a boyfriend's house with a nosy mom. Yes, Jen. Yes, don't do that either.
Yeah, don't leave them at a boyfriend's house with a nosy mother-in-law.
Yeah. That.
You know, because I'm gonna tell you, if somebody comes and fucks with your altar, they know that. So these people that are fucking with your altars, they just don't know that they are like fucking themselves, okay? And it depends on
Yeah,
the
you know
intentions.
what? Some people have been hit by stuff by themselves because they caused that messing with your altar.
Mm-hmm.
In Santeria, we're always told to keep that stuff away from, you know, prying eyes. I will tell you, if I feel comfortable with you, I'll invite you into my home. But a lot of times people that do come into my home, they are not shown my altar. So,
Yeah.
you know, and some things, some cleanses and stuff we have to do in front of our altar. So it just depends on the work. But don't have people that are meddlesome, I didn't even say that right. Meddling, that have
Nosy.
bad energy, you know, people that can take things from your altar, especially if it's something that you place there. So I know some spells call for our own personal items.
Mm-hmm.
Be very careful with that. Be very careful who you let into that space, because that is a sacred space.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I mean, at the same time, you'll know if they fucked with it or not too, because
Oh yeah. Oh,
they,
you know what? This is a good story. This is a good
they
story.
will reap the rewards of that.
So my mom. Sorry, Mom, I'm putting you on blast here. I'm actually gonna put my stepdad on blast too, because it was his fault. So this has some not okay substances in it, you guys. So if there's any children watching,
It's just real.
yeah, it's just real. All right. So my grandmother Grace, I will say she was definitely one of the first healers or whatever that I've been informed of with my family. She had taken my mom, when my grandma Grace had passed, she had given my mom this click. It was like one with the Holy Family on it.
Oh, nice.
And I personally believe that my grandma Grace was a curandera in her time, because she just knew herbs and all those things. And there's stuff that I do now that my grandma will come and be like, oh, hey, you know, my mom used to do this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Ha. But anyways, so she was gifted my grandma's plate. Now, my mom had been having horrible nightmares that she was in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And if any of you have ever been to St. Mary's, like the old St. Mary's back in, not the new one, but the old one, the one that was in West Ogden, there used to be this huge crucifix that hung from the wall. And, I mean, huge, massive. My mom dreamt that she was in the church. It was my grandma's funeral, my great-grandma Grace's funeral, and this crucifix kept coming off the wall trying to hit her.
Oh my gosh.
Off the wall while she was at the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the last dream, she said it came fully off the wall and it was chasing her. Like it was hopping around chasing her. And when she looked back, she seen my grandma's face on it. So she's thinking, what the hell? So she starts cleaning everything. She's like, no, something's not right. She's looking at her altars. Her altars are fine. She's going through the whole house. She starts cleaning. She found her plate that my grandmother had gifted her before she passed. My stepdad had been doing lines of coke on it.
Oh my gosh.
So she was pissed. So my mom hurried and got rid of everything, cleansed it up, got into it with my stepdad about it. Nightmare stopped.
Oh.
Yeah, she said, so you guys, they'll find a way to communicate with you somehow.
They certainly will.
So yeah, no, for real. Be very cautious with those things.
Yeah. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes ancestor altar can look like just like a regular shelf of pictures, guys. You know, and it's just how you bring it forth. If you keep it like in the living room area, or even in your bedroom, anything like that. So you don't have to make it all
Thanks, lady.
all fancy and, you know, however.
If you ever go to any of the Mexican stores, you go to the Mexican markets, like, or even in...
They have their own altars.
Yeah, they all have their own altars up,
Mhm.
and a lot of times that's to honor their shop, too.
And you'll know because they have the luces and you know, their virgencita or
a
whatever
cup
it is
of
they
water,
choose.
yeah, different things like that.
Yeah, around it, and that's for prosperity of their business, you know. So altars are normal. You know, if you feel like this is something that you're drawn to, get it started. And whether it's for your ancestors, deities, or anything that your belief system is, you know, nothing wrong with that at all. So.
Yep. All right, so I
Okay.
think that's all we have for you guys. Don't forget, we're gonna go ahead and do a couple of shorts later, letting you know about those spells for some reason.
That we talked about,
Yeah,
yes.
that didn't want to be shared here. If you can't wait for the short, hit up our email,
Yes.
and we'll go from there. If there's something you want to see, or if there's something you want more in depth on, hit up our email, which is Nina.
The Witching Hour, aasb@gmail.com.
I love her. All right, guys.
Happy weekend.
Yes, be safe. Don't drink and drive. Practice fire safety.
And stay hydrated.
And stay hydrated.
Okay, ciao.
Bye.